Let me sit back. I have nothing to say.
Last week, ahead of this week, we were obviously saying that we just wanted it to be competitive, stay in the game and see what we can get out of the game. We said the same thing with City. I mean, sorry, with Arsenal. Arsenal obviously won the game, but this time around, like it was, I don't know. Obviously, you could describe the game as a poor game because there was not much in the game. But for us, where we are at the moment, it was a good game for us. Because obviously, City are the onside. You expect them to be like... This is the first time I've actually seen City holding like a low block at the halfway line. I've never really... A lot of the times, they're quite aggressive with their press, innit? This is the first time, especially them being at home. I can understand if they were away, but they just didn't really want to press at all at any given time of the game, which made it easier for our defense to obviously bring the ball out. I thought that's something I've always said that we've been doing well the last couple of weeks. We're bringing the ball out well, but once we get into like the opposition's half,
you guys ain't really doing nothing. Exactly,
we're not doing nothing. We're finding it hard, and the only person that tends to get on the ball that makes something happen is Bruno. And the game, like I said, it was a poor game in the first half anyway. And once again, we conceded from the corner kick, which wasn't great. But the good thing for us was that we limited them to...
They didn't really have much.
They didn't have nothing.
They
didn't have nothing. I can't... In the whole game, I don't think they had a chance. The only one is the goal and that Foden shot that...
Probably deflecting off anyway.
And that wasn't really a chance.
Going out anyway,
so they didn't... I can't recall them having any chance whatsoever. When we had the ball, obviously, a lot of our passes were in our own half. When we get to their half, we weren't doing much.
It's the centre backs just pass it to each other.
Yeah,
that's how we build up our stats.
Pass completion.
And then it got to a point where I felt when Ahmad had the ball in the first half and early second half, he was trying to get everyone else involved. But it got to the point where he thought, you know what, F it. Like, these guys are not really doing much. I'm just going to try and attack Núñez throughout the rest of the game, which he did. Because I think at one point, he hasn't... Like, if Núñez is playing left back, you expect him to do a lot more.
Of course.
And he just started... Within, like, was it 60th, 70th minutes or so? Then he started turning it on a bit more. Get half chances. Then someone would misplace the touch. Whatever it is, it just wasn't happening. But you can tell it was impacting the game heavily around that time. And we do need a bit of luck in games like this, which we got. Obviously, Bruno had the first chance. I thought Bruno should have scored. That was
a terrible finish.
That was a terrible finish.
What the dink?
I see that idea. I see that idea. But it's just
it was poor execution.
That's
zone of his ability as well.
But he shouldn't have scored though, right? There.
What's that?
It's not one of them ones that he should have scored.
No. There's a goalkeeper in the goal, so missed chance. Missed chance.
But then look, we got the penalty. There's no question about it. It was a pen. Bruno scored. I thought, you know what? Hasn't been a great game. I'll take this. Like, if anyone gave me a point before the start of the game, anyway, exactly, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then Ahmad now's got that chance, and he scored. I'll be lying to you right now, bro. You would have thought we won a trophy. Me, like, I know, like, I'm not sure if anyone have like kids, have boys, and you, obviously boys, girls, whatever it is, and you watch football together. I think this is probably one of our best moments in terms of like celebration, because my younger boy, he doesn't really like watching football with us. Omari don't really like watching football with us, but he was forced into the room because he wanted his brother to help him in the game. And Adam was like, no, it's either you stay in here, and then when you need my help, I'll help you, or
but I ain't leaving this.
Or you can just go and do it yourself.
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. I'm not leaving the room. And then obviously we kept on watching the game, and then that goal went in. We turned that house upside down. All three of us. And he, like, you know, when something is contagious, he had no other choice.
Get involved.
Like, and then I was on the phone to like Tokes and then it was me, and I'm carrying both of them like this. Just carrying both of them.
This is the life they've given us.
Nobody would have known that you guys are 13.
No, but this is what Man United have caused for us.
This is what
you get me.
At that moment, you would have thought we was winning Champions League.
Oh, how the Manti are falling.
You know the funny thing is that as Tommy was explaining his situation to me, I was like, I can't even say anything because I was exactly the same. So I went into the office today and obviously I started watching the match there, but I knew, okay, I need to quickly go home so I can say goodnight to the kids and then come here. So I'm like, okay, I need to leave like 20 minutes before the end of the game. Start driving. I'm going through central London and then I'm listening to on the radio and they're also talking about the Celtic Rangers final at the same time. So they're flipping between each one. Yeah. So they say, oh, there's a penalty. So I'm like, no, I already know there's penalties in the Celtic game. And then they're like, no, it's at Etihad. I'm like, what? Who? They say it's United. I'm like, cool. Then we scored the penalty. I'm happy, right?
Let's shot, boys.
You get me? 1-1. Vardio scored. Fantasy points. We get a point. We don't lose. I'll take it. Yeah. The next thing I hear is, ah! I'm like, why are they shouting on this radio? What's happened? Then they say Ahmad scored. When I say, I'm in the car by myself, driving through central London, I just started screaming. I just started screaming my head off. People from the outside are looking into the car. Then my watch pings and says, you're in a noisy place. 100 decibels. I'm like,
noise pollution. Noise pollution.
Because when Tom was saying it, I was like, this is what they've caused us, bro. I'm just happy. Like, first,
but it's a derby, though. Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. It's a derby.
And like, we're both going through bad times. But
irrespective of where you
are. They go through more bad times than we do. So, yeah, it was a fantastic result. Like, obviously, ultimately, we're not going to come and say we played great or we were amazing. But fucking hell, I'll take those 3 points.
I'll take it.
And
it's
3 points you need. United need all the points they can get right now.
Just need.
United need all the points they can get right now.
Bro.
It's a massive 3 points because it's a derby. We haven't won against the big teams at all this season, right? And for us to get that victory away from home, like I thought that was so important. Like, and there was the fact that Seaton weren't doing much. So I just thought, I got to a point where I thought, we got to try and get something out of this game. Like, this City are doing absolutely like nothing. They didn't really pull up much fight. And it's just, bro, it's hard to understand how the levels can drop like that so quick. I know obviously you're missing players, but how the level can drop that